Hello everyone, the Cranky Old Man YouTube channel. Checking in with you. Saw a video about a traffic stop conducted in Hagerstown, Maryland, and it had to do with a fella who was carrying an AR-15 rifle in his car when a traffic stop was conducted. I think he ran a stop sign or something. And he was put in handcuffs, and the deputies checked everything out and went through dispatch, called the state's attorney. Gentleman was stating that he has been stopped several times before in regards to this, and each time Maryland State Police and a couple other agencies checked on it and let him go. He should start carrying this documentation around with him. It might have helped out a little bit in this circumstances. So the urban legend is in Maryland, when you carry a firearm in your car, you need to carry the ammunition separate in two different locations, i.e. the ammunition may be in your glove box and your firearm in your trunk. If you have a detachable magazine, the magazine should be emptied, and also the firearm should be in a secured lockbox of some sort. Now that's all urban legend. According to Maryland Criminal Law Code 4-203, it states a handgun. Now if you Google it in Maryland and say, is it illegal to carry a rifle in my car and load it, it says yes, it's illegal to carry a rifle in your car in Maryland, and that it's up to a $2,500 fine and all this stuff. And it does, on some searches, refer you to the Maryland Criminal Law Code 4-203, which I looked up, and I can't look up right now because I'll get rid of it will pop off my camera here. I should start carrying an iPad or a tablet with me so I could read it directly. But it states carrying a handgun in your car, as long as you don't have, if you don't have a gun, a carry permit, or if you're not a law enforcement officer, retired law enforcement officer in good standing. Some instances with military and other people, armed security guards and whatnot. So the issue with carrying the handgun, the rifle, there is no statute that says a rifle. So you can't be charged with a crime unless there is a law. And the law does not apply to rifles. It states handgun. So as you will see when you watch this video, the officers, after checking with the state's attorney and whatnot, find that he is in the right, apologized, gave him back his rifle, and also kind of brushed him off, said, thank you, have a good day, and we're not even giving you a ticket for running that, whatever the traffic violation was. Now, they did also bring into consideration that he must have had a 20 or 30 round magazine in his AR-15, because the officer asked the other deputy, does he have more than 10 rounds in the magazine? Apparently he did not. And which is another law in Maryland, that most people cannot have more than a 10 round magazine. That is not true either. You cannot buy or trade for a 30 round magazine in Maryland. It is not illegal to possess a 30 round magazine, and it's not illegal to load it to capacity in Maryland. There's no law or statute that says that. Matter of fact, to the contrary, it says that you can buy magazines in other states and bring them into Maryland. It just says you cannot buy or trade them in Maryland. And nothing says you can't take that 30 round magazine, whether it be a pistol an AR pistol, an AR rifle, a handgun, 15 round mag. It doesn't say that you can't load it up. So the law or the statute for that is actually criminal law code 4-305, and it says a person may not manufacture, sell, or offer for sale, purchase, receive, or transfer a detachable magazine that has a capacity of more than 10 rounds of ammunition for a firearm. A violation of this provision is punishable by 3 years in prison, $5,000 fine, or both. And then it talks about disqualifying people under the code. And it also talks about if you commit a crime, that's a separate offense. If you commit a crime, first degree assault, which is basically brandishing a firearm. But if you commit a crime while using the pistol that has more than 15 rounds in it, then there is a law or a statute that provides additional punishments. So I'm going to go through the video. You can watch it, and I will throw up a couple little tags up here indicating what's right, what's wrong, and pretty much they got it right in the end. But had the guy had more than 10 rounds in the magazine, I don't know if they would have pressed on with that, because the guy said, the officer said, I do know for a fact from the state's attorney that you cannot have more than 10 rounds in the magazine. Even if it's a 30 round magazine, a 50 round drum, you can't have more than 10. He knew that for a fact. That's what he said. So had the guy had 15 rounds in his AR-15, would that have been a factor? I don't know, because apparently he didn't have it. I would like to have seen what would have happened. Hopefully, you know, not to the detriment of this person in this video. So on with the video. I'm going to go ahead and cut right now and clip to that. Enjoy.
Any problems later on? I'm not saying it'll be a problem just for anything, okay? The reason we got you out is that firearm you got in the vehicle, okay? It's obviously a big concern of ours because, hey, we're just got a firearm in the vehicle. I'm not saying you don't have a right to have it, okay? It's America, you have the Second Amendment. But we got to figure out, like, if it's loaded, you got, like, concealed carry permits, and then...
You need a concealed carry permit to carry a long one. State law only... You
can have one, yes, but it can't have any ammunition in it. It cannot... Ammunition has to be separated from the firearm.
There's no prohibition on the lawful carry of a long gun in my vehicle.
Okay. Well, we're gonna figure that out.
I just have my sergeant verifying that. Okay. That's what.
Because all we've
and I told him, I said, I appreciate you being very cordial. You told me everything. But it's just something we're just double checking. Okay.
I got you. Yeah, I've been through this before. As you can imagine, some officers.
Was it with us or with like a different agency?
Not this department. It was Maryland State Police.
Okay.
Westminster PD and Clark County. Because I live in Clark County.
Was it the same firearm or a different one?
Yeah, the same.
Okay.
So.
Same kind of like scenario. You got pulled over and they saw in the.
Yeah,
ledge just like that.
They ask and they check and they say everything's fine.
Okay.
So
I got you.
First time.
Do you, just for curiosity purposes, do you have a handgun concealed carry permit?
Not anymore, no.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know if you did or not. When did you get pulled over by MSP in Carroll County?
I don't remember.
Was it years? Months? It wasn't nothing like a month ago, 2 months ago, nothing like that.
It was relatively recent.
Okay.
I'm saying the law hadn't changed since then.
I'm with you.
When did you move out of Baltimore? You give me that change of address.
It was some time ago.
Some time ago. Saying the last time you were stopped, you were living in Baltimore City, at least. So unless they put it in wrong. They might not have asked you for your address change.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes I forget to pull it out.
Yeah. You live up here in Hagerstown now?
Westminster.
I say I probably wouldn't live up here, personally. There's some crazy stuff that goes on out here.
Yeah. Well, considering I live in Baltimore.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's fair.
This is paradise in comparison.
Paradise.
When I moved to Westminster, they told me where I moved was the hood of Westminster. Okay, I'm saying that. I'm making clear. I know what it looks like.
Right.
Where's Cherry Hill in Baltimore? I'm not familiar with Baltimore. What's it?
That's South Baltimore. It's one of the bad areas.
So very urban, very...
Oh, Baltimore.
Yeah, not Baltimore County, Baltimore City.
Baltimore City, yeah.
Alright, so for the meantime, put your hands behind your back. We're just going to detain you, okay?
You're not under arrest this time. We'll just detain you until we can figure stuff out, okay?
Okay.
The issue we have is you have a loaded firearm, and you're not allowed to have that in Maryland, okay? That's what we're trying to figure out. So you're just being detained at this point, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's...
Surrey County, our driver's detained.
So you're detained and you didn't weren't aware of any specific law?
You're detained right now.
I'm saying, but you weren't aware of any specific law that said that I wasn't allowed to carry it?
Okay, that's what we're figuring out.
Okay. Well,
Okay? So you're detained. You're not
As far
under
as we're
arrest.
aware, you cannot have any firearm, whether it's a handgun, a rifle, whatever kind of firearm it would be, that is loaded in a vehicle. Like if you had it and like the ammo was in the trunk, that'd be legal. That's what we're aware of.
Good.
Driver, Stefan Devontae, come in. Michigan Valley Class 8, 1 negative.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that? What you said?
She's saying you're valid. Your license.
You have valid.
Yeah, valid driver's license, that's all.
Do you have a concealed carry or anything like that?
LT calling the state or...
Yeah, I'm just verifying.
So do we have someone calling the state attorney that knows the law in and out better than probably anyone would ever know, okay? And they're gonna tell us that, hey, it's either legal for you to do this or it's illegal, okay? Right now, we're on the verge of saying that it's not legal, but we're gonna talk to the state
We're going to
and verify
before
that.
You're placed under arrest.
Correct.
Is there anything else in the call?
No, I'm not saying it's not. That we're just trying to figure everything out right now, okay? Is there anything else in the vehicle? Like any other firearms, any drugs, anything? Okay. Have you ever been arrested before? I'm not saying you're arrested right now, I'm just asking you. That's fair. That's fair.
Supposed to be at a customer's house right now.
Are you like an Uber or an Eats kind of guy, or?
He's my 82.
Okay. It's cold out here.
What kind of rifle is it?
AR-15.
AR-15 is registered to you?
I want to answer that.
Tape grip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hollow sun.
I'll say for you too. I just wanted it on record that I don't consent to any searches and seizures.
Okay.
And is that handcuff? Is it one of my bracelets?
1438.
Specifically my left hand.
No, that one's
There's
not.
Okay.
This one's not. Yeah, just double check. And that one's perfect. Here, just keep this hand back here where it is, alright, just so I can fix that. Because that one's, yeah, that one's messed up.
I was about to say I can't really move them, but
I'm going to double lock them so they don't get any tighter, okay? If you keep your hands like that, if you twist them, they feel tighter just because of the way it's shaped.
What have you read or where have you heard that you're allowed to carry a firearm in the vehicle that's loaded?
the state of Maryland has no prohibition on the carry of a long gun.
Okay. Where did you hear that from? Because all I've ever learned is you have
That's
to keep,
why I had my sergeant come, because I wanted to confirm.
so the Department of Natural Resources, like when you're hunting, okay, you take your firearm to go to, like, let's say, a field to go hunting. They tell you cannot have your firearm in the passenger seat, let's just for this example, with the ammo next to it. Okay, it has to be in two separate areas. That's what I'm just curious. That's all.
Resource article, I believe that's 10.410.
What's that?
I believe that's natural resource article title 10. I've read the law. State law only requires a permit to carry a handgun. State law defines a permit as a handgun.
Yeah.
There's any firearm with a barrel less than 16 inches in length. There's no prohibition on the open carry of a long gun.
Okay.
So, in order for something to be illegal, it has to be prohibited in statute.
Sure.
I'm just going to tell you what I got, alright? Alright. So all we're going to do is we're going to pull it out and make sure it's not an SBR. If it's not an SBR, it's a rifle, 100% you're allowed to have it in there, okay? So that's all we're going to do is we're going to be checking that it's not an SBR, and we're also going to be checking and put the gun center and make sure that you're allowed to have it. Those are the two things that we're going to be doing. I figured I'd let you know before. Okay?
I don't consent to.
Well, that's what our state attorney. That's what our state attorneys told us to do. Okay.
I understand that's what they
So you got a problem?
but
Take up with the state.
I still have a Fourth Amendment right. I'm saying no.
Well, not when we believe a crime has been committed.
Yeah,
Then there's
but
probable
what
cause.
within your immediate knowledge leads you to believe
Now
the
that-
gun's not registered.
Because you haven't given us any information to say that it is.
But that doesn't meet the court standard of reasonable articulable suspicion. You need to have something within your immediate knowledge that leads you to believe that specific crime is being committed before you can conduct your investigation.
Okay.
So you wondering whether or not I'm allowed to carry it is not the same as you want to know whether or not it's registered. Those are two different times. You need reasonable articulable suspicions.
Is there more than 10 rounds in that magazine?
I'm not answering that question.
Okay. 42. Make sure there's less than 10 rounds in that magazine as well.
What's your name?
Deputy Dillman, ID number 10250. You'll get all the paperwork with Deputy Stoner.
Which one goes, Stoner?
Yeah, he's the one holding your rifle right now. He's the one that pulled you over.
That's your sergeant in the vehicle?
In the vehicle, yep. Sergeant Carr.
Sergeant Carr?
I don't know his ID number.
So you said you're
Deputy Dillman, 10250.
And Stoner and Carr?
Yep.
Okay.
Again, you'll get all the paperwork with all our information on it. Again, all we're doing is right now going off what our state attorney said. That's all we can do. What house you trying to go to for ADT? Is it close by or is it?
In his house.
Huh?
That's in his house.
Right.
I
Is
don't
it?
want to give away their information.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm putting your rifle back in, okay? It's registered to you. Go ahead and take him out of handcuffs and just let him stay out. Just stay out in front of you.
These are not my handcuffs. I'm not sure exactly how they're working. Just give me 1 second. I'll get the other one off of you.
There wasn't a handcuff pushing against my wrist. Handcuff was pushing against my bracelet. I was pushing it down.
Oh, I got you. I didn't hear that part, so I wasn't aware of that.
Sorry?
No, I was talking about the handcuffs on my wrist. Yeah, what was happening was it was pushing you down.
Oh, was it pushing to, I apologize.
It was pushing, so because you put it up here, it was pushing you down.
So that was pushing down. It wasn't on it, it was just pushing down. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I felt. And because my hands were like this.
Okay. I apologize for the inconvenience. And look, I mean, you have a larger mag, but there's not that many rounds in the mag.
It's not illegal to have a magazine either.
Sorry?
It's not illegal to possess it either.
No, it's not. Just if if it had that many rounds, that would be the issue. But in Maryland,
Yeah, in Maryland, you can't have anything over 10 rounds in a magazine.
You're allowed to possess.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't possess, but you can't have more than 10 rounds. I do know that. You cannot. Okay. That's fine. State attorneys have told me you can't have more than 10 rounds. That's what I'm telling
You
you.
wouldn't be able to pull up a law that prohibits it.
Sure.
The state doesn't prohibit possession. This says anything for some kind of sale, transfer. What's the other word I'm looking for? Pretty much like you can't buy, sell, and receive in Maryland, but people are allowed to exit the state.
Yes.
Because you're allowed to possess in Maryland.
Right. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying.
So,
I'm sure he's having the talk, but again, we would advise you not to keep it there because, again, it's one of those things where if you get stopped, it might escalate to where that other person doesn't, overreacts, if that makes any sense. That being said, too, like, we don't want your gun to get stolen. Do you keep it in the car, like, all the time?
I'd answer a little more questions.
Okay.
that's fine. So, really appreciate you being cooperative with us. Both warnings, no fines, anything like that.
I appreciate it.
Do you have any questions then for us? My information's on that as well.
I'll try to pay more attention just with the roads, how it are.
Yeah, when you were returning from West Franklin or East Franklin, West Franklin on the Walnut, that was right by the light. Yeah, at the light before you made that left turn.
So all in all, I think the deputies did a pretty good job. I think they did not need to put the man in custody and handcuff him when there's 3 officers there. And then they're kind of holding on to him the whole time like he's going to run, like in the snow, handcuffs behind him in the middle of nowhere. Now, they could have took the rifle out of the car for officer safety, just like the reason they can take a person out of the car. I believe it's Pennsylvania versus Mims or Mims versus Pennsylvania. That gives them the right to remove people from the vehicle for their safety. But they could have, I think, if they would have went to court, justified removing the rifle because it's potentially loaded. And if the guy had run to the car, got a hold of the rifle, he could have maybe fired on him. But again, he was very cooperative. Could he have become uncooperative in an instant? Yes. Has it happened before? Yes. Especially if they think they're going to jail. Now, he doesn't have a record, which they were hoping he did. Because now they're trying to figure out, okay, we don't want to get in any Fourth Amendment issues, but then they did get in the Fourth Amendment issue when they went into the car to remove it, to run the serial number to make sure he was the legitimate owner. Again, fishing for something that wasn't there. He was the legitimate owner. But I'm glad to see the guy was let go with just a warning on the violation, the traffic violation, that is, infraction, and nothing further went on. I hope the deputies learned a little bit here. I think they do need to talk to the state's attorney about this 10-round rule. That's not accurate. So, okay, I hope y'all learned something today. If I am wrong, please put the statutes down in the comments. Let me know. Nothing harsh. Just let me know and I will respond. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.